Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Saboteur, Sentinel, Saboteur, Psy-Freak, Commando, Deadeye, Mercenary, Mercenary chosen. Sounds good? Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key.
Let me introduce myself.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around, eventually.
But what?
In your nature, and here I...
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment, changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Chop it up! Shot. emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Flash the slash. Thank whoever left this climb stringer here. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. There you go. The Wheeled One is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Slash and dash. Feeling fierce. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the Wheeled One before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old... asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a... You're such a good child, so you probably... The potato people, or... The... You've found the nonos. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of key over the 12 months to come, so... But today... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but what? He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might... The tree started... Records tell of the ruinous devastation that Toxanol... His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. He claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. For him, the Porky Puff is particularly personal. It was that carnivorous beast that took his leg. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's hurt. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if... Anyway, he...
That's a spark of light!
What's there to like about light? It hurts.
Not as much as it hurts.
Always making...
And you're... Oh.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe. Regardless of the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. They've restroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Says they're cautious of non-allies. Says their door is always open for anyone willing to join their cause.
Zata is de moi totloho. Kariesne statse. Par, ya put.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't. There were 6 of them. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land and there are rivals in all directions. Says there is some darkness in the best of us. The Sifu was waiting. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even if you see the world differently, you must hit them as soon and as hard as you can. The outcome of this war is up to you.
Onis purenos odlisini. Ivezjeti reklidekli.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outpost.
Nezdatsne okoni.
Once you've conquered the rivals,
Nibira. Nezdatsne okoni. Ide moi.
your Muma taught each disciple a weapon. She never intended it for hunting nor war, but lately the art of defense has been shadowed by relentless attack.
Apinosko.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Na zenakas pripatne. Oko. Yaput.
Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Tankremo o.
Here-
Zivot. Tada.
Anyway, you'll pass your old village.
Ite reki.
The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Understands you have things to do. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Oh, wouch! It's becoming terminal. That hurt 'em. You're low on health. Getting jacked. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop said, he says, that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. He's sure you'll have to face. You just need more time in the surf. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You should. She'll. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. He was hoping you could help him pick up. He thinks you're true. He wonders what useful. He can work wonders. That's. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. It looks like she's starting to lose. She says it's not only. They look determined. He asks you to stop right there and wonder. He's not. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? The most important. It's time to focus on your. She said it. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He heard you helped Gizmo clean up. He's proud of you. He asks. He's.
Jana untisa fela.
He's curious to see.
In mo.
He says
Fiona.
he can work wonders with pretty much.
Ja.
Think.
Ranivav kai.
Agrees. You should take it with you. Wear it to.
Kaffee overziehen.
He's looking.
Bendrine senema.
Your Muma says it's about time you got.
Yo nomas kalino. Bolakamunum rukna. Kent sib.
But there's enough time left for
Ferena masalapu. Kanjala no toro.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud.
Domale tuku.
That's all.
Brumblene mars. Kial domale kanoro tono. Ben nampusa.
Catchy.
Monibasa.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus.
Kalino. Beri. In asana yotutupu. Anoraka. Kanjala bolakamunum rukna.
Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Luca Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Kanamunta.
Your Muma says this is
Tukomba.
Lupa Lupin.
Gendrana mala. Anoraka hapon.
She tells you to stay back. This is her.
Kalino. Kototuku.
Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. Ouch! It was harder than expected to take down the Fluff Hulk. They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. You should hurry there and help them storm the outpost. Look, an emergency box. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Now tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old... The Toxinol Corporation. There must be a... Let's see. It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place.
Badja analog.
This one seems...
Mishako her. Jamakuda hore datunka. Badja analog.
asks you to...
Jamakuda hore datunka.
is surprised you chose not to help. Feel...
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with...
That is how you shine light at the dark.
Seriously. Don't doubt the dark.
I'm so proud.
Can't believe.
The Vespidut outpost, long-time home of the Myriad tribe. Says you need to hit them where it hurts, inflict as much suffering as possible, and make it clear your tribe is a terror. Clearly, you haven't come here to waste time. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. spot. Wrecked it. Give those twirly wheels a turn. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Yes, the river tub's going down the drain. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. Says they've been treated fair, but is glad to see you. Oh, grateful that you're willing to move. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel chute. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks sploding. Shoot it and watch it blow. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. Says you're lucky to... Out of date says he's doing his best to...
Oloi bo. Biomutant pai katawa. Tika maperna. Ayamu bumbo tubuk.
Goop is working on making his goo glide strong enough to break the waves out to the World Eater.
Ya molo vando. Tu vovo.
You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. Let's see.
Langu. Ajitawa.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all... He knows. Goop says he understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
See? On my side.
Only the dark speaks in absolutes. Well, not only.
Oh, get snuffed, light.
Let the light shine!
Light it.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Best to... Wonders why you're flapping around with the Jagni. They spend too much... But... Only you can pull you up. Challenge. It's awful bright out today. Down. Your feet. Shot through. Hold on to that. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Bristles like the hair. Good. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story.
Mukaan. Saluja.
Nawaitivani.
Pauta sari dunduana.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and
Wanap dapat ko wingi. Pauta.
Hoga.
this means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink.
Vishni okitik.
This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little... Stay dry and steer fast. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. Every little bit helps. You reload it by swinging. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's no time to look back. Too busy moving on. The Domp outpost, shined up by the Myriad tribe. Let's see. It's so warm here. There's the Sovereign who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his outpost to be invaded, but now that you're working with... It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Nice pants.
Skuni você se ale.
He says you did a great job.
Salamat.
Think. Hold on tight. That was fun? See that broken boat over there? Looks like it still floats. Don't stop pounding that one. It's becoming terminal. Wonder what you could make with that. Great shot. You're low on health. Get out of here. Give him a hand. Tonight's your chance to be sneaky. Ah, plastic scrap like that always comes in handy. Those are the kind of things you need. The Mitomop outpost. The Myriad tribe meditated here long ago. Let's see.
Nam tog bævner man boa.
Says they've been...
Tolenære su. Lavador eller matzo peso soda.
Says scouts spotted...
Gesauler ved kodle billenes.
That's the moth nest, over there. Just get to it and destroy it. Wrecking fest. You never know how long anything's been buried underground. You can do this. Scragged another. Nice work. No more moth's nest. There go the moths toward the outpost. They're good and mad. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost. Says that...